Week on Game Access, rule the world with an iron fist or prove the pen is mightier than the sword on Civilization Revolution.
Satisfy your need for speed with the white knuckle racer, Grid.
And explore Liberty City with us as we take you on a full tour of Grand Theft Auto 4.
So start your engines because Game Access starts now.
Hello everybody and welcome to Game Access, where the games come first. I'm Tiana.
And I'm Laila. We've got another jam-packed show for you this week. We've got the latest trailers and demos to show you.
And we will be reviewing the latest games and taking a look at Wii Fit.
So let's get right to it. Craig, what's up first?
Okay, there's a new Spider-Man game on the way called Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It'll be a free-roaming sandbox-type game like previous versions, and it's coming to a console near you in October. So let's take a look at the trailer and see what we can find out. That looks wicked. It looks like some kind of symbiote infection is taking over the city. Spider-Man's gonna have his work cut out for him this time. Although I've heard that he may join forces with other heroes and villains from the Marvel Universe. So what's next, Layla?
Fighting game fans rejoice. Soul Calibur 4 is right around the corner and we've got new footage. If you watch closely, you'll see some of the new features in action and get a glimpse of some very interesting new fighters. The soul lives on.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
This timeless place, I shall become whole once again.
Okay, so that looks sweet. With online play, the ability to create your character, and a roster of over 30 fighters, this game looks like it's going to be awesome. And special fighters Yoda, Darth Vader, and the Apprentice in a fighting game, July 29th can't come soon enough. Now over to you, Tiana.
Thanks, Laila. Call of Duty is a very popular franchise, and Call of Duty 4 Modern Combat is still king of the online hill. But a new Call of Duty game is coming out in November, and it's going back to the World War II arena. Let's take a look at World at War.
アメリカ人は俺たちを予期してない。I've seen things that no training can prepare you for. お前らは I look at the faces around me, and I know. それは nobody expected anything like this.
Man, that was intense. I like the fact that the game is going back to the Pacific Theater. It'll be a nice change of pace. You're gonna be able to swim, which is gonna come in handy when a guy lights you up with a flamethrower.
Coming up on Game Access, demos, Legos, and KOs. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of working for someone else while they make all the money? Do you want to spend more time with your family?
This service helped me find the perfect home business.
You already have a home computer. Why not put it to work and make you the money you deserve?
We're making $12,000 a month.
And we have more family time.
I'm earning more and working less.
Nearly half of all U.S. businesses are home-based.
I made enough money from my home business to buy a new home.
Your home business training pack with a 14-day free trial is just a click away. So log on to this website now.
Welcome back to Game Access. This week we've got some really cool demos to show you.
This week we'll look at Don King's Prize Fighter, a new boxing simulation brought to you by boxing's greatest fight promoter.
And we'll demo Lego Indiana Jones, the original adventures developed by the same people behind the Star Wars Lego games.
We'll also take a peek at an interesting new underwater picture game called Underwater Safari. Demos are a great way to check out games before you buy, so tune in every week to see the best of the best.
Sea Life Safari is an underwater photography game for the Xbox Arcade. It's a fairly simple premise. You are guided along on rails and encouraged to take pictures of the various sea life. At the end of a level, you are graded on style, substance, and technique. You have a gadget that you can shoot at the sea life, but don't worry, it doesn't hurt them. It actually encourages them to face you and sometimes do interesting things. It's not very complicated or difficult, and while it's not really educational, it might get young ones interested in sea life and photography. We recommend trying this demo to see if your kids get into it before buying the full version.
Lego Indiana Jones, The Original Adventures, is an action-adventure platform game based on the beloved Indiana Jones film trilogy. In the game, you play through the various scenes from the movies, but the environments and characters take the form of Lego models. It's very cute and fun for gamers of all ages. Some scenes from the film have been altered to become more family-friendly or provide comic relief to the player. It can also be played cooperatively with another player on the same screen, which doubles the fun. You can build and ride vehicles, tapping into the fun of playing with Legos. It's a great kids game, and if you like this demo, you'll love the full game.
Don King Presents Prize Fighter is a boxing simulation for the Xbox 360. In the demo version, you can only choose between one of two boxers and can only fight in one arena. But the gameplay will tell you everything you need to know to decide whether or not you like the game. It's kind of difficult the first few times you try it, especially since the AI is very smart. But given time to learn the controls and mechanics, it could be a lot more fun. All of those games look really intriguing, and there's something for everybody. So be sure to check out the Marketplace on the 360, the Wii Shop channel, and the PlayStation Store on the PS3 every week to see what's new. Back over to you, ladies.
Every week here on Game Access, we highlight a casual game for your gaming consideration.
This week, our featured game is Rez. It's a shooter game, but with a novel twist.
This game is considered a classic on the Dreamcast, and now you can get it on your Xbox 360.
Let's check it out.
Rez is one of these games where you either get it or you don't. It's a rail shooter game with the twist being that your attacks and the subsequent explosions make sounds that go along with the music, which is exclusively trance. As you power up your avatar to new levels, the sounds you make when attacking evolve as well. The area where this game really shines is the levels and the enemy types. The game is set in a futuristic computer super network called the K Project, where the data flow is controlled by an AI named Eden. Now, Eden has become overwhelmed with the amount of knowledge gathered on the network, which causes her to doubt her existence. The player plays a hacker logging into the K Project system to reboot Eden while destroying any viruses or firewalls that might inhibit the progress. It's a fun game with cool music. It's not something you sit down and play for hours, but it is a nice diversion when taking a break from something else.
That's really a unique game. And for 800 Microsoft points, it's a great way to get your hands on a rare title. If you're into shooters or music games, it's worth a look. What's next, Tiana?
The Wii has become very popular for its innovative motion sensing controls and fun games that use the technology. Now they've come out with a game that uses the Wii Balance Board to help you get in shape. I recently went out to a public demonstration to try it myself and get fans' reactions. Let's check out Wii Fit.
We're here at Great Lakes Mall. We just tried out the Wii Fitness for the Wii system, and it's basically the aerobics. We have yoga, they have hula hoop, just basic aerobics. It's really fun, actually. It's very hard. Doesn't look, it's a lot harder than it looks. So you guys tried out the Wii Fitness today. What did you think?
It was so fun.
Yeah? Do you have it at home?
Yes.
Yeah, do you have this game?
Yes.
Already? So you guys just came here to try it out?
Yes.
That's good. So do you think it's good for actual fitness and everything like that?
Yes.
So you are here playing the Wii Fitness game today. What did you think of it?
I think it was the best game ever.
Really? Do you own the Wii system?
Yes.
What other games do you have that you like to play for Wii?
Well, all I got is Wii Sports.
Wii Sports. What did you think of the game?
We loved it.
Yeah?
Awesome.
Yeah, do you have a Wii system at home?
No.
No? Do you think you'll get one?
Probably.
Yeah? Think you'll get this game?
That was so fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen you were there for a while.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was your favorite part of it?
Doing the hula hoop.
You like the hula hoop? That was my favorite too. Do you have Wii at home?
No.
No.
Maybe you can get it someday, huh?
My brother has it.
Does he?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, I was gonna say if he did, you can sneak in and play it. I just tried it out for the first time and I love it. It's a lot harder than it looks, but you get sucked into it. I didn't want to stop. So overall, the game is pretty good.
After my demo of this game last week, I was really excited for this game. A great sense of speed, a well thought out career mode, and smooth online multiplayer makes this my new favorite racer. Let's go for a spin. Grid is a racing game that is a nice hybrid of simulation and arcade style driving. It features destructible cars, which is both a good and bad thing. It's good because it's nice to see realistic collision damage in a racing game, but bad when you plow into a wall at 100 miles an hour and you total your car, leaving you unable to finish the race. The nice thing is you now have an instant replay which allows you to rewind the game at the point where you made a fatal mistake and correct your error. This does have an effect on your cash winnings, and on harder difficulties, you have only a few instant replays at your disposal. If you don't completely wreck your car, you still will have your work cut out for you, since the realistic damage means your car may pull to the right or left, making it harder to steer, or you may take engine damage, reducing your car's performance. The game hits its arcade stride when you take corners. It will frequently feel like you barely slowed down when you take corners at high speed, and the handling is great. You won't find a lot of spinning out and losing contact as much as in more realistic racers. The graphics and sounds are great, and the career mode is very enjoyable. You can get sponsorships, which reward you for podium finishes. You can even hire a teammate, which in some cases are good, so you may find yourself directly competing with them for position. There's a nice variety of tracks, and most of the cars are fun and entertaining to drive. This is a blast to play. It's fast and it's pretty. Online is a joy to play as well, although you may want to be wary of the sloppy drivers who can easily knock you out of the race. The game features traditional races, Le Mans endurance races, drifting, and demolition derby. Also included is tug racing, a duel of cars on narrow mountain roads. If you are a racing fan, then this game should be high on your most wanted list. Okay, so I highly recommend that game to any of you racing fans out there. It's fast, it's smooth, and a lot of fun. It's not too technical, but it's not too arcadey. It finds that racing sweet spot perfectly. Tiana, what did you play this week?
I got to play Civilization Revolution. It's a turn-based strategy game that lets you take a prehistoric civilization all the way to the near future. It's a deep game, and you can easily spend hours playing a single game. Here's my review. Civilization Revolution is a much anticipated continuation of the Civilization series. Revolution is the smoothest Civ to date, adding in many elements that make the game look more newcomer friendly and less hardcore. Much more lighthearted than previous Civs, which were all about creating a semi-real world environment. Revolution is much more comical, featuring egocentric rulers who will appease you or demand something from you in the blink of an eye. Unit and building graphics are also stunning. The style of these graphics will remind you a bit of Warcraft 3 graphics, except more detailed. Revolution has a steep learning curve for those who aren't RTS fans, but much less than previous Civs. Both unit, technology, economic, and cultural aspects must all be controlled in order to achieve victory. The unit command system is very fine-tuned, featuring unit self-heal, unit upgrades after a certain number of battle victories, and unit future command, which is commanding a unit to move to a certain location that it can't get to in a single turn, but will auto-move until it reaches that location. City and technology controls can be easily mastered by even novices in Revolution, especially for RPG players, as these controls are all pop-up menus controlled with the directional pad X and B buttons. Other than the length of the game, which is up to 4 hours, the only disappointing thing about the game is the ICBM, or the nuke. Unlike the previous Civs, only one can be made per game, and that's after completion of the Manhattan Project Wonder. You'll be granted one. After you've used that, you can't build anymore. This is very disappointing, as one fun part about the Civ is hoarding nukes and during periods of frustration and anger, launching them relentlessly at your enemies. Not anymore. Revolution requires you to use more tactics rather than the old find and destroy tactics, which is a good thing, but it does take some of the fun away. One of the best Civilization games to date, fun for all newcomers and age-old Civ fans. I would suggest looking online for some frequently asked questions and guides if you're having trouble figuring something out. Craig's been playing something a little more straightforward. What's the story over there?
You know, Tiana, sometimes I would rather just shoot holes in stuff than look at menus and stats all day. And Battlefield Bad Company is definitely a game about shooting holes in stuff. Where else can you find a game that gives you achievements for blowing up lots of buildings and mowing down trees with machine guns? Battlefield Bad Company is a first-person shooter set in a present-day fictional war between the Russian Federation and the United States. The player assumes the role of Private Preston Marlowe, who's a new recruit in Bad Company, which is a group of insubordinate soldier misfits. Your squad is caught in the middle of this fictional war and spends as much time completing military objectives as they do squabbling with each other and searching for gold caches. It's a solid story and gives the Battlefield franchise new legs, since previous games were mostly about the online multiplayer. The single-player games were mostly generic bot fests designed mainly to give the player some practice before entering the cutthroat online arena. The game features sandbox areas allowing the player numerous ways to tackle the objectives, and numerous gold caches and secret weapons to discover. The gunplay is solid, and the vehicles are fun to drive. Most of the objectives revolve around blowing stuff up, and the game gives you plenty of toys to achieve that goal. The multiplayer is a lot of fun, even though there's only one game type called Gold Rush. Opposing teams switch between attacker and defender, with the objective being either to destroy the gold caches or defend them until the time runs out. The game's signature feature is the ability to blow up most of the environment. This turns the battlefield into an ever-changing landscape. Most cover will wither under explosive ordnance. It makes for a very unpredictable game experience. There are several classes to choose from, mostly basic archetypes like assault, sniper, and demolitions. Doing well in a game also nets you experience points that you can use to buy new weapons. You are also given the ability to form squads of 4 teammates, and you are limited to voice chat with just them. This is kind of a letdown, since communicating with the rest of your team is impossible. It's still a good game though, and the Conquest game type from previous Battlefield games will return in a future game update. This one's definitely worth a rental.
When we come back, we'll take a tour of Liberty City, we check out some sweet multiplayer modes, examine the new game mechanics, and just cruise around seeing what kind of crazy things we can do. The full review of Grand Theft Auto 4 is coming right up.
Are you tired of working for someone else while they make all the money? Do you want to spend more time with your family?
This service helped me find the perfect home business.
You already have a home computer. Why not put it to work and make you the money you deserve?
We're making $12,000 a month.
And we have more family time.
I'm earning more and working less.
Nearly half of all U.S. businesses are home-based.
I made enough money from my home business to buy a new home.
Your home business training pack with a 14-day free trial is just a click away. So log on to this website now.
Welcome back, everybody. Grand Theft Auto 4 is a gaming event on an epic scale.
It sold copies by the truckload in the first few days and set sales records before it was even out a week.
Now, if you haven't bought it yet, our review is going to tell you everything you need to know. Craig?
All you really need to know is this is one of the best games out there. It's a mature-rated game, though, so be prepared for some very adult content. This is not a game for kids or the easily offended. But if you're not in that category, I'm telling you, go out and get this game.
Okay, where to start with this huge game? If you've ever played a Grand Theft Auto game, you know to expect a massive open world modeled after New York, teeming with pedestrians and cars. There are various missions that you undertake to progress the story and unlock parts of the game world, abilities, and features.
Wow.
Driving and gunplay remain the core mechanics of the game, and both have improved in this new iteration. Driving physics and damage to your vehicle have been improved, as well as an improved third-person aiming mechanic. You can also take cover now, blind fire, and free aim or auto aim. You can walk, run, sprint, climb over obstacles, grab ledges, and swim. On foot, Nico is much more versatile than ever before. In the car, you can now aim your gun out the window as opposed to just shooting straight to the left or right. Most of the game mechanics are overall refined.
As far as features go, everything you love about Grand Theft Auto has improved. There are still lots of great radio stations to listen to, but now there are TV channels to watch, a fully functional interweb to browse, and a cell phone feature that streamlines a lot of the things you do. There are restaurants, bars, clubs, clothing stores, and some interesting locations, but we'll let you discover those for yourself. Everything in this game is bigger and better. Having friends and love interests has expanded as well. Now you can receive phone calls from your friends, set up activities with them like bowling, drinking, going to the cabaret. You can flag down a cab, get in, and the driver will take you to any number of preset destinations or waypoints you can set on your map. You can also now get turn-by-turn directions to your waypoints with the GPS, which greatly helps you navigate around the city. Even cheats get in overall. Once you enter them in your cell phone, it's saved and you can simply push a button to activate them. This will have an impact on your achievements, so use them wisely. As always, the story is great, with lots of betrayals, surprises, and a clever writing.
The main thing that elevates the quality of this game from previous games is the inclusion of the online multiplayer. Up to 16 people can now roam the full city all at once. You can free roam with no objectives, do races, deathmatch and team deathmatch, do cooperative missions, and more. There's 16 game types in all. Cops and Crooks, for example, pits one team with the task of escorting their boss to a checkpoint while the other team tries to take them out. Mafia Works sends text messages to all players with tasks to complete, and all the players scramble to complete the job or stop the other team from completing it. The multiplayer features ranked and unranked and supports lobbies so you can get your friends together in a room before you set out together to conquer Liberty City. This game is awesome in almost every way, and you should definitely check it out. The single-player experience is fun, the multiplayer is revolutionary, and the world itself is outstanding. That's all the time we've got for this week. Join us next week for more of the gaming goodness right here on Game Access, where the games come first. See you next week.